Howdy y'all, I am Ice Gold, and today I'm going to be giving y'all just sort of a mini guide on what I think, at least, is the best way to get Arc 3 spellments. With the spring update, the Arc 3 spellments and the Scions have gotten spellment paths, and there's also some Arc 4 spells that have changed a little bit. They've also gotten path, or rather tiers 4 and 5 from Arc 4, but for Arc 3 in specific, there is one sort of way that I personally prefer to do when it comes to farming for spellments. This idea was given to me by Nathaniel, one of my regular chatters, and I will be leaving his channel down in the description. He is working on a full guide for not just Arc 3, but also the first two arcs, as well as Arc 4. Technically, I mean, you know, who knows what's going to happen with Arc 4, that might be subject to change, but I will leave his channel down in the description, so that way once he finishes up his video, y'all can go watch that in case y'all are looking for, you know, the first two arcs or the fourth, or the fourth. So what I speak of course, is this idea that he gave me. It is the Elemental Retriever talent, and this talent is very, very good. Basically, what it'll do is it'll say may find fire, ice, or storm spellments. There's also a spiritual retriever version of this. It is kind of a pain in the ass to get, I will say that. But basically, with Elemental Retriever, what you can do is you can press this little button, and your pet will just go. And then for 40 pet happiness, you see 708 down to 668, and it will hit a nearby wooden chest. You can honestly be kind of a fair distance away, and it will still be able to hit the chest. So that's pretty neat. That's pretty much how it works. Now, the only thing with Elemental Retriever is that you don't automatically get this unlocked, and this is what I consider to be the hard part of this sort of farm, I guess. Elemental Retriever, it requires a lot of these reagents called talent tokens, and if I can ever find those, let me see here, where might they be? Okay, so these are the, okay, no, do not destroy that, but these are the Elemental Retriever tokens. These reagents are very useful for that, and they are, you'll need, I want to say 5 of these to unlock the, or, well, you'll need 5 of these and then some more, but 5 Elemental Retriever talents just to unlock the actual talent itself. So this, however, there is more to the story here. So that is just the first requirement that you need, these Elemental Retriever talents. There's more that you need, and I don't actually think that I've got any on my Fire Wizard necessarily, but there's other talents, or talent tokens rather, that you can get dropped from when you train up your pet. This ice token is one of them. If I needed, you know, like ice tokens to unlock this, I would need like 10 of these. For Elemental Retriever, you're going to need 10 fire tokens, and I don't know what you need for the spiritual retriever. I want to say myth or death. Maybe it's death, I don't know for sure, but these are going to be what you need for that. And to get these, you will need to take a bunch of individual pets up to Mega or Ultra, and that's when you can get the actual school talent. And when I say just pets, I don't just mean any pets, and certainly not a Piggle if you're trying to get a fire talent. But what you need is, you need an actual fire school pet. So this Ornery Kookaburra, for example, my PvE pet, this is a fire pet. When I got this all the way to Ultra, this gave me a fire token, and that was how I did it. That was how I helped, or that was how I got, I guess, a token to unlock Elemental Retriever. So that is another very important thing. So to get it, you are going to need 10 tokens for fire. I can tell you for certain it's going to be for the Elemental Retriever, and I'm not sure what it is for the Spiritual Retriever, but when Nathaniel will upload his guide, he will cover that, so that is something to keep in mind. These Harmonious tokens, these are the balance versions, but yeah, it's like fire tokens are going to be how you get the elemental retriever, and then you also need just a bunch of regular talent tokens, which that can be a drag. I think you need like what, something like 50 regular talent tokens, if I can ever find those. Talent token S. Okay, so I do actually have enough spiritual retriever. That's good to know. But the talent tokens, if I could ever find them, here we go. So these are what you need. You need a lot of these in order to unlock the talent itself. But once you get this, once you get enough elemental retriever, or I guess technically spiritual retriever if you are going for that talent, as well as the school token talents, I guess, then you can actually get this pet. And the beauty of it is, once you do that, the hard part is over. You get this elemental retriever talent, and then if it's unlocked with every, I guess, offspring of the pet that you hatch, you will have the elemental retriever. Like, if the elemental retriever is in the pool, it will automatically come unlocked. You aren't going to need a million of those tokens to unlock it every single time, which is really good, because here is sort of the main deal with elemental retriever. You'll notice after you use it like on one character, you'll notice that there is a 300-second or 5-minute timer, and pretty much what that means is there is a 300-second cooldown between when you can use it on one character. Now, this part is a little tedious, but it is double pet XP right now, so that can be very helpful in this regard. But what I did, and what Nathaniel will tell y'all to do as well, is get this token, or this talent, on every single one of your wizards, and the more the merrier, because what you do is you find yourself a rotation, and you will be able to just switch between, you know, 7 characters, I guess, if you have seven characters, and that's going to be just how you do that. So that is the quickest way to do it. Basically, like, get yourself into a groove. Like, the way that I like to do it is I do the 2 triads and then balance to finish off. So fire, ice, storm, myth, life, death, balance. That's what I do, and I stick in that routine. And as you can see here, elemental retriever, it'll kind of disappear, but then you'll actually go get the wooden chest. And something I should have mentioned at the very beginning of the video was the fact that Port Arrow Imperia is the absolute best spot to be doing this in. And you'll see, like, you know, it's or you have seen really, it's a small area. You know, you don't have to run around for too terribly long to actually find the chests, and, you know, just running around in any direction, eventually that elemental retriever talent will pop up. I imagine it is the chest over here. Maybe it didn't even send out at all. Sometimes it'll do that, but other times you will be able to find a chest over here. Like this chest, for example, you can actually get to this. I've tried, or maybe you can, I just haven't tried hard enough, but with elemental retriever you will be able to go get that chest. So that is an important part. Nathaniel's video, once he finishes that up, will have all of the spawn locations, but, you know, you do this for long enough, and for Port Arrow specifically at least, and you will, like, it'll be totally fine. Like, you'll figure out where all the spawn locations are. You've seen, like, all the different ones. There's one up there, there's one over here, there's one all the way back there, there's one over, like, here, and then there's one down over that way, and then there's one tucked away back behind the building behind Hercules, and then one tucked away behind that building as well. And then there's also a chance that one can spawn right here. But you get the idea. There's a lot of wooden chest spawns, or spawn locations rather, in Port Arrow, but it does not take you very long to actually go get them. So with elemental retriever, and like I said, it is a bit of a grind to get the talent unlocked the first time. Like you see, there's a chest right over there, but once you get it for the first time, like, you are totally good to go. Like, you can just hatch your pets and just get them on all 7 wizards, and you are totally good. One very important thing to keep in mind, though, is the fact that these do cost 40 pet happiness for every single hit of it that you take. So yeah, I mean, just be sure you have your pet's happiness up. The more you train your pet, the better it'll do in that regard, or at least the longer you'll go without having to replenish it. You won't. There's no real way to avoid any of the snack cost, I guess. But, you know, it's like if I wanted to replenish this pet's happiness right now, I would just throw this, throw this, throw this, throw this, throw this, and so on and so forth. yeet, yeet. There you go. So eventually you'll be able to get it all the way back up to max, and you know, the more that you actually train the pet, like for this one, for example, I've got an anxious 400 out of 1050, you know, if you max out your stats, I think that's how this works, like your happiness will go up as you go along, but yep, that is more or less how you do it. Just run around Port Arrow for, I guess, the rest of eternity. And by the rest of eternity, I mean not for too terribly long. I've only been at this for like a few sessions, and I've already gotten Raging Bull up to tier 2, so that is something to keep in mind as well. So that is something to remember. And one last thing that I want to touch on before I end this video off is that the chests don't immediately respawn. So occasionally you are going to need to switch realms. Like if I go to Dorgan realm right now, where there is nobody, I'm sure that little button will pop up sooner than later. Yeah, here we go. So there's just over here. So down below. And there you go. Just a quick way to farm all of this, and you know, if you do go quick enough, there will still be a cooldown. Like if I were to go on my ice right now, there probably would still be like a short cooldown, but all in all, you know, that 300-second cooldown, it does tick down while you are, and I've seen Ela, I've seen you a million times, I'm gonna be real, like people are fiending for spellments, but I can respect it, but the timer does tick down even when you are not on that wizard, so that's something to remember. You know, this is at 300 before, and now it's at 20, so that is pretty neat. Where actually is the chest? I'm not entirely sure. It's up there. Okay, so pretty much I just wait out these last 10 seconds, and then I can just go ahead and send it, and, you know, there I have it. So put like a YouTube video on in the background, maybe watch a show, that type of deal. Just in the meantime, and just go ahead and farm yourself up some of these wooden chests with Elemental Retriever. So always something to think about. But yeah, I think that is going to wrap up. I don't want to drag this video out for too long, so for now, thank y'all for watching. I have been Ice Gold. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave like 50 comments for the algorithm. My Discord is down in the description if you want to chat with me some more, and I will see y'all later.